What's going on, guys? Today we're looking at this RC390, probably, I'd say like the beginner bike that everyone kind of looks at because it's always like, you know, oh, it's like the raciest, like it's got the most power, like it's definitely the coolest looking beginner bike.
Yeah, and it, you know, it's the ones that all the magazines and stuff say that's not, you won't necessarily grow out of.
Yeah.
You know, so if you're looking for something that, well, for me, I got it because I wanted something that would make me better, you know?
Yeah, definitely. I think this bike, because of the way it's set up, like the ergonomics and stuff, it's so close to a super sport, like you can definitely like learn and like get really, really good with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
Walk me through a little, you've done only a couple mods to it, right? I see a tail tidy, the seat.
Yeah, that's really it, man. Just stuff to make it a little bit more comfortable. So the tail tidy, the stock seat was incredibly painful, so we changed that one out.
Yeah.
I had some just adjustable levers to make it a little bit easier for me to grip. I pulled off the stock antennas, which really just got your shoulders and run just one bar end there.
Nice.
Gives you a nice view behind you and to the left. So
CRG, sure right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed the design. Yeah, that's cool.
And then the grips are different. So these are dual compounds, so they're a little bit softer and make it a little bit easier on your hands, and not quite so buzzy. But other than that, it's all
These are like all like the responsible like grown man mods.
Yeah.
Like most people put like a super loud exhaust on it, like all the dumb stuff. And you're like, I'd like, you know, nicer grips, a nicer seat.
Well, I mean, I knew
stuff that I would do too, honestly.
I knew I would get something else eventually. I didn't think it would happen this quick, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But I do still totally love it, and for now, I kind of felt like if I get a ton of power mods, really what am I going to do? Raise the top speed from 105 to 110? It's really not that big
pretty
a deal.
silly, yeah.
And it's plenty quick, like down at 60 and below. I mean, it's definitely not going to perform with a leader bike or anything like that.
No,
but in the twisties, it does. Like,
yeah,
I have no
that's
problem.
really where it counts, honestly. You know? I mean,
yeah.
Well, look at this little thing. This is awesome. A little race bike. Holy crap. That single cylinder just blah, blah, blah. Wow, this is incredibly racy compared to the R3 and like Ninja 300 class bike. This thing's so cool. Oh yeah. Sweet. The power's really similar to something like an R3, but god damn, the ergonomics could not be more different. This is like proper race bike stuff. This is crazy. I did not expect it to be so leaned over. So what do we got here? This is the RC390. If you're not familiar with this bike, this is basically like a little race replica 300 class bike. They actually have their own racing series, so if you really want to get on a lighter weight bike, if you want to do low power and just like really learn how to ride and want to go racing, this is an entire class devoted to it, so I think that'd be a really cool way to go. Suspension is nice and stiff. This bike is basically like everything I wanted my R3 to be. I cannot believe the ergonomics on this. Yeah, I think it's something like a 390cc single cylinder, so thumper motor. It's definitely got a really unique character to it. Obviously, it thumps a lot. This bike looks really cool too. I think that's one of its best features, is how tiny and cool it looks. I'm just in shock and awe at how sporty this motorcycle is. Because certain other bikes like the R3 or the Ninja 300, I'm not gonna lie, they're kind of pretender bikes because you get on them and you're like, oh, I was expecting something, you know, way more leaned in, way more, you know, hunkered down, especially the R3, because it's like, oh, R6, R1, R3, like, oh, of course. It's much more of a standard ergonomic, but this is, it's not fucking around. This is a proper, like, super sport ergonomic bike. This thing is so cool. Oh, man, I didn't think I'd like it this much. This thing's fucking great. As a side note, if you want to check out a 390 really getting it, I'm gonna link in the description box below. There's a guy called Ari Henning who works over at Motorcyclist Magazine who absolutely shreds on one of these. Ari's a super cool guy. I've never met him, but like I watch all of his videos. Like he knows his shit when it comes to motorcycles. I just watched a video, he was adjusting the valves. The dude knows what he's talking about. Just proper motorcyclist. Like Ari's the man. So if you want to go check him out ripping up a 390, you should definitely click on the link below. Like that dude gets it. Pretty good power. I mean, it's a single cylinder, like beginner bike-ish, whatever, you know what I mean? It's a lower powered bike. Also, I didn't like ring it out to Revline because it's not my bike, so. Oh yeah, you can just guide this thing in. God damn, it's so fucking little. Jesus Christ, you could literally, you can get so low. I don't think my neck can do that, honestly. Ah, God. Guide it in. It's like a little missile. Yeah, if you know what you're doing, this thing will embarrass a lot of motorcycles. It's so lively. Oh, I feel so proper. This is great. This is what a small displacement sport bike should be like, dude. This right here. This is fantastic. This thing's great. Oh my God. It really tests how good of a rider you are. It really, really does. Ah, suspension is so compliant. This is fantastic. I don't know if it's adjustable or not, but man, it's fucking great. Oh, it's not adjustable. But it's good. It works, you know? R1M. Holy crap. That's sick. That's the one thing that kind of sucks about this bike though, is that because it's a little underpowered, okay, it's not underpowered, but because it has lower power than most other sport bikes, it's difficult to overtake. Like for example, if I was on a leader bike or on a 675R like I used to ride, I could just overtake this guy and the guy in front of him in like 2 seconds. But with this, you got to work for it a little more, so it's different. I'm trying to understand who would buy this bike, because if I wanted a sport bike, I would still go for like a 600 or a 675R. But I think if you're looking for something to hone your skills on, something just truly like that you can really just like squeeze every last ounce of it basically anywhere, this is the bike for you. Like, you could push this bike to damn near 99% of its potential on the street. You absolutely could. And you'd probably be running a pace that's not insane. Like, okay, well, to some people it'd be insane, but you could ride the shit out of this bike. And I think that's something to be said, where you can ride it like as hard as you fucking can and want. And it'll be good, you know? It'll be good and it'll give what you want to do. I think there's something to be said about that, where I think a lot of people, they buy R1s and BMW S1000 RRs, and they don't get to use any of it on the street. Where this bike, you can use all of it. You can use every last ounce of it. And there's something to be said about squeezing something down to the last drop, you know? It's awesome. It's really fun. Yeah, it's unbelievable. Like, you're right, like right at the apex, you can just hammer it on and it just goes. It's so much fun. Like, it's so different than the R3 and the Ninja 300. Like, it's a totally different sort of bike. It's so cool. I really, really, really like it. It's really fun. Alright, what's going on, guys? Today we're checking out this FZ07, the perfect beginner bike in my opinion. Hopefully it lives up. Provided by Jonathan. Thank you so much,
How's
dude.
it going,
Appreciate it. So I guess just tell me a little bit about it.
All right, well, everything on the bike is stock, other than the handlebars,